full disclosure, my lovely Cancerians, you are going to be tempted in November. I know, that's the headline for you. Also, pretend I'm a crab says pretend I'm a carb when I'm looking at it on my phone as well. I'm like, this is good, pretend I'm a carb or a crab. Right, you're going to be tempted. This is a thoroughfare for my cats, by the way, my kitchen. So literally, hi Biggie, they do nothing. Until I switch the camera on, they're like, yeah, we'll stay in our lane. We'll be outside, we'll be inside. And then I switch the camera on, they're like, yeah, come on. I want to go through the cat flap. I want to turn around and go through the cat flap again. Right, I'm reading for Cancerians, Biggie. Oh, I've never seen this card for you before. Well, I've never seen it for anyone. See you later, Biggie. The perfect storm. Oof, oh my God. Biggie baby. Say hello. Hi, this is Biggie. Can you see why she's called Biggie? She's called Biggie Smalls, actually. I'm just going to open the door so she can get out. One moment, lovely Cancerians. Do you want to go out, Biggie? Go on then. You go. I know, you're not a Cancerian, you're a Taurus, aren't you? I've heard you. Sorry about that, everybody, but she is lovely. Right. Perfect storm. And remember, temptation. Okay? The courage to step into life. Now, maybe you're going to be tempted by something you should be tempted by. Cheers, Biggie. But it is Scorpio season, okay? Now, full disclaimer, Mercury's going retrograde. I think, what else is going retrograde? There's another major planet as well. Jupiter is going retrograde. We got a new moon in Scorpio on the 20th. Stuff's happening, okay? And for you, it's like coming out of the darkness and going into the light. But, as Shakespeare said, many a slip twixt cup and lip, all right? So I'm here to tell you how to avoid the pitfalls, I think, because us water signs, and I'm a Pisces, as you know, and of course we're going into Scorpio season, which is a sister sign to us because she's water too. But you lovely Cancerians, there's something about you, there's something powerful going on. Grab yourself a drink, by the way. This is my lovely mug. Gorgeous, isn't it? It's called the Bicycle. And I'm needing the caffeine at the moment. It feels as if the temptation is put in your way by the universe and it wants to see how you're going to react compared with how you would have reacted 2 years ago. Now, say hello in the comments, and also what happened, if you want to spill the tea, and I'd love to read it, what happened 2 years ago then? What's going on? Think back to maybe Scorpio season 2 years ago, right? So this will be back in about 2023, October. Ooh, it's like I can sort of remember from doing readings around that time. And this could be, and we will look at destiny, career, we will then look at your love life in the second half of the reading. So it could be linked up with that, okay? There will be an extended love reading as well for those of you that really want to like get into it. But at the moment, just know, I think, itchy nose, and I'm going to take another one for you, then some tarot cards, that you have already had a hint of what this temptation might be, or you may already be in a dynamic with somebody or something where you can already sort of put your finger on it. You're like, yeah, I know what she's talking about. I know what she's talking about. Oh, I'm pleased to see that. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Now, you know, and I know, that Cancerians are brilliant at manifesting, okay? But when you're in a sort of dark season, like Scorpio, a shadow season, if you will, and it is a shadow season, and we will take some shadow cards, it is like a choose your own adventure, okay? There's a sort of choose your own adventure flavour to it. And during that time, and I'm getting channeled for you I'm just looking for a pen actually, because I can make notes for you, a really old school, and I never went on one, and let me know if you did in the comments, like a ghost train, that you've gone on one of those really cheesy, 14-year-old kids that work at the fairground dressed in suits, that kind of candy floss, putting your fake fangs on. And there's stuff jumping out at you, and and you're kind of excited, but also you're swerving the zombies like this. It's a little bit Matrix. Wow. Swerving the zombies. Let's take 3 cards and see what we might be dealing with. Okay? 3 cards for lovely Cancerians. 3 cards for my lovely crabs or carbs. And by the way, if this is resonating, please do, and you always do as Cancerians, you are my most supportive sign for the channel. Please do hype this video. It makes a massive difference to me. If you're on a phone, find where the like button is, and you can hit that on the way down if you like. Ka-ching! And then if you go like that, you'll see things like clip and I don't even know, crap that you never use. And then one of them says hype, and you get the opportunity to hype my video, and I would be massively grateful. Massively grateful. You've always been my most supportive sign for the last 8 years. It's never changed. Okay. Oh my God, we're going major arcana on this one. I'm not too surprised about that. Getting out the majors. Ooh. Telling me to take the top. What? Ooh. Okay. Temperance. I always like to see temperance because one is just a nice card. I mean, you know how sometimes with tarot cards you're like I was with the last card, which we'll look at in a minute when we're ready. But temperance, you're like, yeah, I got 2 jugs. I got my feet in the river and I'm in the source of things, and I'm it's a card that's telling you about flow state. And as lovely Cancerians, you are warriors, because you have a very soft underbelly. You feel things a lot more than you need to tell everybody you feel things, because if you told everybody everything you were feeling, you'd be destroyed, and you need that hard shell around you. And even a hermit crab will go and find a Coca-Cola can and make it into a shell. You have a homing instinct, but that homing instinct also draws protection around you like a crab, like a shell. And that is a good thing, because it's a filter system for you Cancerians. And let me know in the comments if you agree. You filter out the bad people by protecting yourself, and anybody worth their salt, and this goes for your temptation that we're talking about here. Anybody worth their salt will need to realize that you have a soft underbelly, and to do that they've got to get to know you, and to get to know you, you've got to really be able to respect them, because you're a Cancerian and respect is very important. So the fact that you've got this temperance card lets me know that you're kind of on the right path, and I think have been for a couple of years. Weirdly, you've been on a bit of a tough journey, definitely a learning journey. And if you imagine it as like one long extended ghost train ride, you've been dodging the zombies and you've been learning that kind of thing. Okay, maybe not with a sort of disco dance worm thing, but maybe you have, and why not? So it feels like, out of all the signs going into Scorpio season, you're almost, maybe apart from Scorpio themselves, because they're pretty bulletproof, you're the best equipped, because you had your night of the long knives a couple of years ago. Just go back, the best way is to look through your phone. It's like, what messages was I getting and sending? You're like, oh, I remember them. Okay. Then we get the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is like higher wisdom. higher wisdom, either received from other people, received from books, videos, tarot channels, I hope, elders, priests, tarot readers, Reiki healers, I don't know, teachers. You receive a higher wisdom, and over the past 2 years you've been building that. And I think we've got a Scorpio new moon on the 20th. Yes, we have. And that, although by that time we're in Mercury retrograde, which happens around the 5th, I think, or something, is it? No, the 9th. A bit longer without it. It feels like you had your night of the long knives then, and you've been in and out of the rabbit holes. And this season, the new moon gives you an opportunity to take everything you've learned, and this could pertain to your career, to your destiny, to your love life. You take everything you've learned and you get to channel it into something that you actually want to aim for. Okay, and my clock just said 11:11 when I said that. And by the way, had my nails done for Scorpio season. I know you're going to appreciate it. I think it's called Interstellar. I know. Okay. Page of Cups. An offer can be a love offer, can be a friendship offer, can be the offer of, you know, a job or an opportunity or a career move or your side hustle or your hobby, but something you can love. Wants to love you. Okay? Something you can love wants to love you. Now, let's get into the rabbit holes and the shadow sides. That was the card that did a little pick me dance and made me as a tarot reader go, ooh, I want to take that one. And I was like, tst. Do not ignore the Three of Swords. Over the past 2 years, and I'll take a shadow card for this in a minute. Over the past 2 years, there's been some sense of being fenced in, trapped, or emotionally hemmed by something that, even though you've made a lot of progress, this thing, person, job, situation, tension, it's a tension, remains. And I'm getting a channel of you like, not just, you're not messing about. This is like, you know, Brienne of Tar in Game of Thrones. Hi, Biggie. You're like, give me that sword, okay? I am sick of this SH1T. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have done this, but I'm ready now. Think of the new moon as your time to do that, and think of it, because Mercury's retrograde and we're in Scorpio season, think of it as righting a wrong from 2 years ago, okay? Finally, it's like a massive lawsuit that drags on, and finally there's victory. I'm seeing you on the steps, and some of you may be doing like something legal. You're on the steps, you know, when you see someone finally on the steps of the courthouse and they're like, victory is mine. But you don't get that without grasping the nettle, grasping the sword, yanking it out and going, do you know what? Not only am I not afraid to look at this, I am holding it up to the light. This is the perfect storm. I'm at the hub of it. I'm in control. The courage to step into life. And it also becomes, I'm not a real swords person, my sword of truth. Swing! And because we've got Mercury retrograde, your sword of truth is going to cut through. It's going to be your BS filter for anyone who wants to gaslight you, who wants to slip anything by you, okay? Or who isn't interested in the whole of you. Some people are attracted by your shell, okay? And that's a kind of, and we'll have a look at your love reading now. Some people are attracted by your shell. that can be quite a superficial attraction, and you have to weed out the people who, because it's very attractive when somebody has the sort of protective nature of a Cancerian, because it means you can't, it's a bit mysterious and it's a bit elusive, and they're like, I know that there is this thing behind that I want to get to. And some people deserve that and some people don't, but a lot of people are attracted to it. So I'm kind of getting at the moment that you need such a good filtration system in your love life. Okay, let's take that one. What are we dealing with here? Oh yeah, okay. I'm not surprised to see that one. Okay, good. Oof. Itchy nose, of course. Just let me grab a pen, okay, because I want to make notes on this. I have my pen. Okay, love life. Love. Thank you to everyone who has hyped the video. Okay. Love life. Let's deal with that first, because we have the Five of Cups. When you get the Five of Cups, there is a need, and that is the need. There is a need to look at something you haven't wanted to look at for a while. Maybe something you don't want to feel. As water signs, we fear that our feelings will envelop us, that they will overwhelm us, that they will wash us away. And there is something in that, because to be a water sign and to be a Cancerian is to secretly feel everything. All the vibrations. No one reads a room better than a Cancerian, but no one says less about it. I know your secrets. If you get to be best friends with a Cancerian, if you get to be partners with a Cancerian, they will let these things out. You will hear these things, and I do. And they're worth hearing, because it's little truths that Cancerians pick up along the way and never say anything about until they really are with someone that they trust, you know, with a friend, a real friend, old friend. Speaking of old friends, and I'm just being really nosy here, but please, in the comments, right, it's confession time, right? I'm gonna show you, those of you that watch my daily might have seen it. This is my hideous house cardigan, right? It's really long, it's really floofy, it looks terrible. But if I'm doing something like filming or I'm writing, I feel very comforted that it's cost £5 from a charity shop, that this is here, okay? And I want to know in the comments, what is your most hideous but most loved house item that you wear when you're definitely, like, you wouldn't even wear it going down the shop in the morning? Just let me know in the comments. Okay, speaking of which, hideous items, Five of Cups. Don't be afraid to feel what you need to feel to get to the truth, and to have the courage to step into your life as it should be, in the highest place that it can be, okay? Now look, let's not mess around. Mercury retrograde can bring exes into your life. Not always directly, but honestly, in my experience, sometimes literally directly. So I might as well just admit that. You have judgment as well. Now, I don't know what we're going to get in the extended reading, but if we get the Six of Cups or we get another judgment, it's X central. But for now, Judgment is a Mercury retrograde card, but it's also a card that says there is a stone that is unturned in your love life. It could go back to 5 years old. It could go back to 5 years ago. Because we have the Three of Swords present and we have the Page of Swords, and this is maybe wider than just your love life, okay? And I'm speaking to the empaths and the people pleasers, and I'm getting a young version of you, okay? I had this for a couple of signs last month, but now I'm getting it for you. And it may be 5 years old. It feels like 5 years old, okay? It feels like you were not able to articulate what you needed to say because nobody could hear you. And that feels difficult in my chest. It's making me feel like, and it's the only way I can put this, and I'm getting quite a lot of childhood stuff with the ghost train. The ghosts of your past are like trapped inside like sobs. You know when you're trying not to cry and the sob is there, or you cry so much that you're doing that. You're trying to hold it back, but you're a child and you're not able to say what you need to say, which for a Cancerian makes you grow a harder shell. And then in your love life, it attracts people who want to know why you have such a hard shell. But that can come out in different ways. If you are dealing with, particularly with air signs, and I don't know why, but air signs are very attracted to Cancerians. And an air sign is, sometimes it works and sometimes it really doesn't. An air sign's going to poke until they find out what you're about. But what you need to be careful of, and it's not just for air signs, fire signs, less so with water and earth, okay? It's easier with water and earth, but we're not always attracted to water and earth, we're attracted to who we're attracted to. Somebody wants to get under your shell and they want to know what they think is the real you. You need to filter whether that person deserves to know at this point those things about you. And also, this is going back to when you were an age when you were not able to filter because you didn't have that power, and now you do. But it still feels like that power is quite new to you. So think of yourself, and this is a weird channel I'm getting. There is you standing and talking. There is your childhood self standing in the solar plexus area, and you're almost a ventriloquist for the child you. You're the voice you never had, but you can have it now if you grasp the sword of truth. And this is going to come up for you in your love life. Then I get the Ace of Wands, and boy, am I happy to see that, because that's you on the steps of whatever this courthouse is, holding up like victory. And it's not the way you normally think, but the universe is your partner. It's going to make things happen, and particularly with Mercury retrograde, it can do that. Just looking for my shadow cards. Now I'm going to look for these actually. It can do that because it wants to see you succeed. This is sort of retribution. And also, don't be surprised if you feel angry. You always did. You just didn't know how to feel it, and by God, you were not allowed to express it. Yes. Oh my God. No wonder you needed these oracle cards. Cloak. Cloak is a shell. Cloak. Your boundaries in your love life, and probably in the rest of your life as well, need to be good this month. only let the right one in. Don't take a chance on anyone who's flaky. Don't not trust your judgment. You're right, okay? And you're going to get the chance. Yes, I like that. You're going to get the chance to know it, to feel it, and to celebrate it. Yes. We get the leaf, which is telling us to pay attention to the season. Now, I'm not talking the, weather seasons, life seasons. I'm talking, you're in a kind of ghost train shadow season of victory. It's a weird season. Everything's like, it is the perfect storm. It's like new moon in Scorpio, Jupiter going retrograde. I think Saturn is going direct, which is like as well. And I think Mercury retrograde, Sun in Scorpio, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you are going to gain so much traction from this and step into yourself, which you've been needing to do you've been working towards this for 2 years, okay? And you get the eye. I love this card. Look deeper to find the truths that are hidden around you. You're ready to see. You're ready to hear, and the universe is ready to reveal. Woof. I am going to go and do the extended reading. I am going to look further into your love life. I'm going to look into who's coming in for you, who's around you, the other side, the other person, the shadow side, and what to do next. Okay? Lovely Cancerians, thank you for all your support always and forever. And the link for the extended's in the description box below. And I'll see you on the next one. Namaste.